Right, Thursday, 8 o'clock, Chelsea take to Stamford Bridge for the final game until the knockout stages of the Europa Conference League. A tournament that I absolutely love, by the way, and a tournament that we have had a lot of fun in. And here to discuss all of the fun with me today is channel fan favourite, the big dog, Josh Aveste. And should we just level with them now, Josh? We are going to be flying out to Saudi Arabia in a matter of hours.
Yes.
Okay? So basically, this is probably going to be the last bit of content you get from us until after the game. Obviously, yesterday we have played in a historic win, in my opinion, against Brentford. I've pissed a lot of people off because I've said that we're in the title charge. I don't know why on earth I've annoyed so many people by saying that, but we will discuss that in today's video, and we're going to cover the current form of this Chelsea side, where we're at, whether or not we are title contenders, and we're also going to preview the Shamrock Rovers game. So you're getting two for the price of one. Let's start off, though, and speaking about the A team, before we move on to the B team, we give our team selection, which we will do. By the way, hit the subscribe button right now and also subscribe to the Joey and Josh channel. It is linked in the description. Josh, why did I get so much backlash on my video for saying that we are title contenders?
People are scared because it's been a very, very long time, Joey, since we were even anywhere near this position. And I understand why you're scared, to be fair, because what they're scared about is that there's pressure that comes, there's potential injuries, there's a lot of other factors that maybe we'll discuss, right? There's some reasons why maybe we wouldn't win the title, but I think you are too. We're optimists.
Did I say that we were winning the title?
No, but when you say title, people go, we're winning it.
I said we're title contenders.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I said we're title challengers. Arsenal have been title challengers. How many Premier Leagues have they got over the last couple of seasons? They've been really good, haven't they? Was that zero?
That's a big fat zero.
Oh.
They're all right though, Arsenal, aren't they? You know,
I like them when they're dropping points left, right, and centre.
I was chatting to Jacob this morning on the kickoff, and he still really rates Havertz, which I love. Can I just say I just enjoy that so much?
It's a great player.
When can we just have a little prediction? When is he going to turn on Havertz? Because for me, it took maybe 18 months for me to turn on him.
Yeah, but he's nearing the 18-month mark.
Definitely
now.
is coming.
Now.
It's coming
so
up.
that by that logic, pretty soon.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, yeah.
Look, we're what? How many points behind Liverpool are we right now?
Right, look, at the moment, we're 2 points behind Liverpool. And this is the thing, right? When we talk about the title challenge and whatnot, like, I think there was a comment, right? And it's not necessarily true, but it had a lot of likes on it. So I'm gonna paraphrase here. And it said, we're happy to accept being billion-pound bottle jobs. We're happy to accept having shit owners that don't know what they're doing. We're happy to accept being a bunch of kids who don't know each other, but we're not happy to accept that we're title challengers. And I actually believe it. It's like, mate, let's be optimistic. Let's be positive. And not only that, we haven't been given a 10-point head start or something. There's been points deductions and so many underlying factors. We are where we are in the league right now because of what we have done, because of what Enzo Maresca has implemented. And let's be honest, and we have to be honest here, for all the mistakes that I do believe they have made through the recruitment of the board.
100%, mate. We are where we are right now because of Levi Colwill, of Mark Cucurella, of Moises Caicedo, heck, even Enzo Fernandez, Lavia,
Pedro Neto,
Cole Palmer, Pedro Neto, Jackson, Sancho. We could go on, Mikhail Mudryk.
There you go. We have to have a miss in there every now and again.
We're there, right? Because as you say, we've recruited really well. All of those boys, by the way, are under 25.
Yeah.
We are in the Indian summer of Chelsea Football Club right now. We are there in the sunshine. We are enjoying ourselves. It's a good time.
For me, yeah, once every 3 or 4 years, something crazy happens in the Premier League. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
I would say once every couple of seasons, something crazy happens. And is it always a random team going and winning the title? No, okay. I'm not saying, it's not a Leicester job. And I get there will be people fuming that will even like the fact that I've mentioned Leicester.
I got banter. I got banter about that today.
Pounds and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, it's not a Leicester job or whatever. But okay, I don't think a lot of people would have seen Aston Villa finishing in Champions League spots last season, especially when they had Thursday night football to contend with. I don't think that a lot of people would have seen Newcastle finishing Champions League spots the season before that. I don't think that a lot of people would have seen Chelsea finishing 12th when we did, you know? Crazy things happen in the Premier League, and I don't think that a lot of people would have foreseen this season seeing a run of form that saw Manchester City win just 1 out of 11 games, okay? So some crazy things are happening right now in the Premier League. Arsenal, they've not scored a non-set piece goal in over 300 fucking minutes of football or something, haven't they?
Yeah. So it is so true. They look awful.
So when I'm talking about this, right, City have crumbled under Pep Guardiola of recent weeks. Arsenal are not hitting their best form. Liverpool have looked really, really good, and they've looked defensively like they're potentially even better than they were under Jurgen Klopp. But it's this bloke's first season, and we don't know how things are going to go as the games come thick and fast with them. And what I'm saying here is that listen, if there was a clear and obvious standout right now, then I wouldn't even be saying it. But title challenger, for me, needs to be defined. And this is where I contextualise it. If mathematically you still have a chance at winning the league with 3 or 4 games of the season to go, I believe that makes you a title challenger.
Agreed.
Agreed?
I think that's a very fair definition.
So why am I mad and why have I come under flack for saying that I believe that mathematically come the end of the season with 3 or 4 games to go, we still have a chance?
Mate, by the end of the game that we play against Everton in the Premier League this weekend, we could be top of the league.
What game? What game's that, mate? Would that be match day number 17?
Yeah, it would be.
Would that pretty much mean we're halfway through the season?
Nearly, yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the last few seasons because
Ooh,
on match
some stats.
Well, I've done a little bit of digging. On the last 2 seasons, Arsenal were second. I think this is last season, right? So the champions from last season were Manchester City. They were on 33 points after 16 games, yeah?
Okay.
We're on 34 points right now, by the way. Okay.
Not bad.
They went on to win the league last season. Arsenal, who were second, and Liverpool, who were top, were both on more points than they are right now, which shows a regression, okay? Now, when we speak about those 2 teams, Josh, up until the last 3-4 match days of the season, were both of them still in the title race?
I think so.
They were. They were. It was only Liverpool that dropped out of about 4 games to go, and Arsenal were in it till the last fucking day. I mean, mathematically, the goal swing would have had to have been ridiculous. I think it was goal difference wise. So call it 2 games. But were they both title challengers?
They were.
Yeah. Okay. And the season before, it was the same. And do you know how many seasons back you have to go to match day 16? And the team that was second in the league weren't in a title challenge with a couple of games to go for the rest of the season. It would be Man United when they finished second, but they finished second like 13, 14 points behind Manchester City or something like that. So what I'm saying is that my words yesterday were not we're going to win the league. It was that we are in a title charge. And tell me now, look at our fixture list and tell me now, when do you next see us losing a game? And I know it's the Premier League. It can happen, but...
Yeah. Why should we be ashamed, by the way, to say that we could win the title?
It fucking pisses me off, mate. I had to sit here and live through the shit. Yeah? Okay? I had to sit here, as did you, mate.
Yeah.
You had to make the trip across London Monday mornings to come in, sit with me, and I know, we had a bit of banter and we got each other through the hard times, and we got a lot of these lot through the hard times. Yeah. But did we really feel like coming here and talking about Chelsea Football Club when we were just losing 2-0 at Goodison Park to Everton last season.
By the way, right, if we say that we're in a title race, does that jinx us? Does that mean that we're not going to go? Does that mean Nicholas Jackson just goes, yeah, I actually don't want to play football anymore?
Yeah,
Cole Palmer just suddenly goes,
no, Joey and Josh have said we're in a title race.
Yeah, Cole Palmer just goes, you know what, I won't keep banging those goals in because fucking hell, the pressure's on me now. Joey and Josh reckon we're going to be in a title race.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
When you look in the mirror before you leave your house, don't ever look at yourself and go, could be better. No one down the pub's going to fancy me tonight. You look at yourself and you go, you, my friend, are a fucking stallion. You're going to walk into that boozer and every woman is just going to throw themselves at you. And that is the attitude that I have in life.
Cole Palmer,
and very fortunately for me, it just happens.
Yeah. Cole Palmer's there, right? And he's doing visualizations. He's going Premier League trophy, Champions League one day. And he's imagining the trophies. Joey, on a night out, is imagining himself just pulling birds.
Yeah, there you go. It's fitting that you mentioned Cole Palmer there because obviously a lot of the players have spoke about it themselves. And Cole Palmer said, nah, we're not in a title race.
Yeah, but they're not going to. But Enzo and Cole Palmer aren't going to go, yeah, fucking hell, I really think we're going to win it, actually.
Well, listen.
Why not?
Enzo Maresca said no. He said it's the fans. The fans can say that, but we don't think that. We think other teams are ahead of us right now. And multiple different players have basically come out and said it. But Reece James, did you see the clip?
I haven't seen this.
There's a clip. Reece James.
Is there?
Someone says to him, can Chelsea win the title this season, Reece? And he says, yeah, of course they can. Why couldn't we?
Yeah.
So
I rate that so much.
And
I wish more people would say
that's
that.
our captain.
Yeah, I wish more people would say that. I mean, ultimately, what does saying it actually change? The pressure is still, even if we start saying it, even if Enzo Maresca tomorrow goes, do you know what, actually, all of us, all of the boys and the management staff, we do actually think we can win the title. And we believe that we deserve to win it because of the quality we have, which is true, by the way. That isn't going to change anything.
And as well,
the pressure isn't on us.
I'm not being funny. One, the pressure's not on us. Two, do you not think it's more pressure to win games when you've got the media with the absolute knives out for you, like they have had constantly, yeah? So this is positive pressure. This is pressure that should be embraced. The media, for so long, even to this point now, and I'll get on to one of these in a minute. I'm going to read you out a quote that came from half-time yesterday's game. Fucking pissed me off, right?
Please don't tell me he's from a Scouser.
It was from Tim Sherwood.
Okay, fine.
From
that's
Tim
all right,
Sherwood,
yeah.
right? But anyway, listen, we get onto that. But the media have had the knives out for us consistently. Oh, they're not a young, exciting team. Players have got to stop signing for Chelsea. Shut up, Carragher, you mug. You ain't got a clue what you're going on about. Jamie O'Hara or Jadon Sancho's fallen back into his own ways like you have any idea. Like you have any idea, like you're even watching.
Yeah.
You've got so many pundits that talk all this shit about Chelsea. Do you not think that puts more pressure on us? So when all of a sudden people are going, do you know what? Chelsea are tasty, man. They could be in a title race. Then I think that's positive pressure that we need to embrace. Yeah. And I think that we should be doing that either way. And even if not, at the end of the day, if we finish third, fourth, we're happy with that.
Mate, any of it we'd be happy with. Ultimately, mate, the key thing that you've got to do is you've got to listen to fans from other fan bases. And there are a lot of people that watch us from other fan bases, which I can't believe.
Shout out.
Yeah, if you're an Arsenal fan or a Man United fan watching us now, I respect you.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But they're all saying, by the way, yeah, Chelsea are right up there. Chelsea are in it. Chelsea could win a title. I keep hearing this from Spurs fans, from Liverpool fans, from Arsenal fans. If they're saying it, if a Spurs fan is saying that Chelsea are in a title race, we're in a fucking title race.
Do you know what it is as well? It's more so, do you see Chelsea getting worse?
No.
I'm not saying we can't have a bad run of form, Josh. I'm not saying that.
No.
But on the eye test, on every analytic you can find and whatever, our players statistically, especially that A team, that first team, I'm talking about these young players who are now thriving, Malo Gusto, whatnot, Caicedo, look at his performances week in, week out. Enzo Fernandez coming good now. Statistically, we're getting better and better, yeah? And we're getting better in accordance to what we thought would happen, and we had to ride through the rough. So do you see us getting any worse? No. Is there more uncertainty at this moment in time around Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool? I think that
more so, at least on the first two, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool, yes, debatable, but definitely on Arsenal and City, 100%. 100%. You have to say there is uncertainty. I mean, look, Arsenal can't score a goal from open play. So scary. Man City, mate, I'm personally not even counting them now.
They've
crumbled.
They've crumbled.
We're 7 points ahead of Man City. Can you believe that we're in that position? And what my point I was going to say, right, is the only other thing that I could think about us potentially dropping off is if we'd had a suite of injuries. Now, what is very interesting about that point is, in the game against Brentford, we didn't have Lavia, Badiashile, Reece James, Fofana. Is there anyone else that I'm missing? Didn't have João Felix.
Mudryk.
Didn't have Mudryk. Didn't have João Felix. Is there anyone else that I'm missing out here? I think that was pretty much it. We didn't have Pedro Neto either.
Pedro Neto was suspended.
Yep. Right? So if we're fielding a team that has a bench of Raksaki, of Tyreek George, of Mark Yu, of all of those players that are of young players, right? Even Dewsbury Hall, who hasn't actually featured in a lot of squads throughout the season, right? If we're doing that and beating a very, very well-managed, solid, drilled Brentford side,
who have won 3 out of 3 Premier League games at Stamford Bridge since they came into the Premier League.
Exactly. If we're doing that, then you have to say, like, it would take a even more historic injury set to really put us back. But even then, we're performing so well.
Did everyone agree with me when I said that even when we went 2 goals behind against Spurs, I knew we were going to win the game?
Yeah, I thought that as well.
Yeah?
I thought that as well.
So why can't you agree with me when I say I can feel something in the air and I'm saying that we're going to be right up there?
Yeah.
That puts us in a title challenge. Am I saying we're going to win the league? No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is we're going to be up there. I can feel it. And you speak all this about pressure. That's the mentality of an Arsenal fan. An Arsenal fan doesn't want pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because they've notoriously been bottlers.
Yeah.
And I'm not even. People think I'm trying to banter you. Not even banter. Trying to rage bait. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm saying when they've been in a position, they've bottled it. And listen, maybe they go on and win the title this season. But Chelsea Football Club, despite who is it? Is it Gary Neville, the whole blue £1 billion bottle jobs and whatever? Chelsea Football Club aren't known. They don't have a history of bottling things. We actually have a history of turning up on the occasion and coming up against the odds. Bayern Munich, Man City. And you can say, it's a different Chelsea, it's Roman Abramovich. It's in our DNA, mate. As long as you can hear that smashing in the stands when goals go
I'm gonna
in,
miss
we're
that
still
so
Chelsea
much.
Football Club,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now,
go
I
on.
need to get you into this quote yesterday because we can all agree there's a media bias, isn't there, against Chelsea Football Club? I don't think that's
and we can
unfair
all
to
agree
say.
that there are some pundits on those mainstream media channels that are obviously very, very qualified to talk about high level football because this is from Tim Sherwood, is it?
It's from Tim Sherwood.
Tim
How
Sherwood,
did you know?
he knows what he's talking about, doesn't he?
Oh, he's a brilliant manager.
Yeah, he's had a
brilliant
lot of
manager.
success. He's won a lot as well, hasn't he?
He's actually won a Premier League title
Really?
for Blackburn. But then again, like, fucking hell. Most
He's-
players
what-
that have won a Premier League title.
What, he was a player in part of that Blackburn team?
He was captain, I think.
Yeah, well, well done.
But it was Alan
Congratulations.
Shearer.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It was
there
Alan
you go.
Shearer's
There
team.
you
Yeah,
go.
well done. Fucking hell.
But there have been so many.
I mean, as a
players
manager,
that-
though. No, I'm not even. Fuck the playing. Like, fucking hell, how much has Wayne Rooney won? Does that
Yeah.
make him a good manager?
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But so Tim Sherwood had that moment. Was it last season when he spoke to Cole Palmer? And
Yeah.
disrespect, he went, "You're a brilliant player. They need to build this team around you." What's it look like? We fucking doing, idiot. But they need to build this team around you. But you need better players around you.
Fuck off.
Oh, okay. You need better
Yeah.
players around you. Who really is a constant feature in that team since then? Pedro Neto, yeah, okay. Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho at the time, if you had have asked Tim Sherwood's opinion on him, he'd have said he's rubbish. Yeah. So you've got Pedro Neto in there, but the players that were already there, you needed better than around him: Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Malo Gusto, Nicholas Jackson, who's up front with him. Yeah, Madueke, all of them boys. You needed better. So you'd imagine he'd be eating his words now, wouldn't you?
You would. You
Listen
think
to
he'd
this.
be a bit contrite.
Listen
for
to
sure.
this at half time yesterday. Tim Sherwood talking about Nicholas Jackson.
Okay. Is this on Soccer Saturday? Is this on Sky?
This is on something yesterday.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
something yesterday.
Okay.
Tim Sherwood. Not just today. I think all season since I've seen Nicholas Jackson, he's so unpredictable. At times, he looks like someone who should be playing in Soccer Aid, who's not actually a footballer. I mean, look at the chance he missed. That looks like someone who's a rapper, an actor, or something like that, trying to play football.
What a fucking dickhead.
No, but can I just ask you, and I'm being deadly serious, how these people got jobs in...
I honestly don't get it. What really annoys me is they obviously don't watch the football.
But this is what I'm saying. There are narratives that go around, such as Nicholas Jackson's a bad player, Jadon Sancho's got attitude problems, he's fallen back into his old ways. And then when you get these pundits, like, and again, I don't even mean like I'm digging out, but like I've said about Jamie O'Hara and Tim Sherwood and stuff like that, it's like, do you watch it? Do you watch football? Do you watch it? Because it feels like you're going with narratives that weren't true in the first place, but have expired. And I'm so happy that Nicholas Jackson showed that amount of clinicalness in that goal that he took so well timed. He had a player to beat, the keeper to beat from a tight angle, and he absolutely smashes it in and ultimately wins the game for us, really, puts the game to bed, right? After Tim Sherwood had said, did that look like a player in Soccer Aid?
Yeah.
Listen, Ken from Love Island's a brilliant footballer.
I rate him so highly.
I rate him.
Do you know what? He's got technique on the ball as well.
But he would not be able to do that. Who is the best Soccer Aid player?
It was, do you know what? Gordon Ramsay was a fucking good player. But do you know the actual answer is Mark Wright? Because he had the semi-professional football career.
Well, he was at Spurs, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Wasn't he at Spurs?
I think he was Spurs Academy. I don't know if he actually played for Spurs.
You know who's a sick footballer?
Go on.
Harvey. He played for Chelsea.
You shouldn't keep talking about Harvey.
No, not Harvey Price. No, Harvey. So Sully Crew.
Yeah, Harvey is. He's a decent.
He played for Chelsea Academy.
Did he? I didn't know that.
I think he did. Oh my God! Guess what?
Go on.
I haven't told you this news yet. Big announcement from the channel.
Go on.
Guess who follows me?
Lenny
Pidgley.
No, it's not. I was joking about that. Does Big Lenny watch us?
Lenny Pidgley follows.
Lenny.
He commented the other day, and I was like, and it said follow back, yeah, and I was like, this got to be Lenny Pidgley, surely. Bearing in mind now, do you know what?
You looked at his profile. You found him.
This shows the fact that my mind's tapped, right? Like, JT follows me. Obviously,
don't need to go on about that one. That was a fun one, wasn't it?
John Terry follows, obviously, like Rio and loads of footballers and that follow now and that and whatever. But I was gassed when I found out Lenny Pidgley followed me. I loved it.
He's a fucking legend, Lenny.
Yeah.
Mate, one of my best moments of all time is when Lenny Pidgley gets in that trophy race.
Yeah.
Like, that was just such a wonderful moment for it.
Why wouldn't you?
Front and centre in the white goalie kit. Oh,
yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Top bloke. We should get him on one day.
Mate, Lenny, if you want to come on, we'd love to have you.
Yeah, if you want to come on then, because a shout. Right. So, now we've spoken about the title race. We've spoken about the media bias and the agendas against Chelsea. Why don't we move on, my friends, to a terrific little Irish outfit in Shamrock Rovers. Do you know anything about Shamrock Rovers?
All I know is that a man in front of me at Stamford Bridge in the East Upper said to me that it's going to get absolutely tasty on Thursday night. Apparently, it's going to be some drama.
Why?
Apparently, it's all going to kick off.
Really?
That's what I've heard. I've heard the fans are coming in for a bit of a
What
tear
they
up.
want?
Bit of a tear up, mate.
Oh, they're lucky. I'm not
Yeah.
there.
I don't know too much about Shamrock Rovers, and to be honest with you, mate, I think this game is going to be played by our under-18s.
Well, I'll tell you something, right? Shamrock Rovers are a team
That you follow week in,
that
week
I
out.
follow week in, week out.
Yeah, they're your Irish team.
Do you know why I know Shamrock Rovers?
Go on.
Because, and this is really random, you know the summer Madrid just did a madness and signed Ronaldo, Benzema and Kaká?
Yeah.
They made their debuts in a pre-season friendly. I don't believe Kaká played in it, but Benzema and Ronaldo made their debuts. Ronaldo either started or came off the bench, but he didn't play the full thing. And it was away at Shamrock Rovers. And it is like literally the only time I ever remember Sky Sports
Played
televising a pre-season friendly.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like we've played them in a pre-season friendly.
What, Shamrock
once.
Rovers?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah,
in our lifetime, I feel like we've played them in a pre-season friendly.
Yeah, in the States once.
Maybe.
And they had like roll-out goals, like that weren't actually fitted into the ground.
That rings a bell.
Kind of feel like I can picture Kesman scoring in a pre-season friendly.
Can you?
Right, so we will get into our starting lineups for this game, and we've had a bit of a head scratcher here because obviously It's not a must-win game. We're qualified for the knockout rounds either way now, no matter what happens. And if our last game was anything to go by, then I think that you will see a side that is very heavily influenced by the academy boys, by the younger players trying to get in and have a go here. And I think that some of the boys actually really shone in that last Europa Conference League game. So here on screen now is the team that we've come up with. And listen, there's a lot to talk about here because we are stuck in between a rock and a hard place. We don't know the fitness of Benoit Badiashile. We were told that he was going to be available for next weekend against Everton, or this weekend, I should say. And there's obviously a suspension to Cucurella for that match. Will they rest him, or will they play him and maybe give him a half or whatever? But I've gone Jorgensen, Achampong, Disasi, Vega, Cucurella, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, Raksaki, who we were all very much impressed by last time out, Nkunku on the right wing, Kane Chukwuemeka, centre attacking midfield, Tyrick George left wing, and the man who was in amongst the goals last time out in Mark Guew. Now, I think that in the likes of Kane Chukwuemeka, and it's mad that I'm even saying this in terms of experience, but Kane Chukwuemeka, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, definitely Disasi and Cucurella, we've got just about enough experience in that team to be able to maybe organise and hold the hands of some of the younger players. What do you think? Do you think looking at that team, it causes a lot of concern for you?
I'm not concerned about it because it's a dead rubber, isn't it? Like I feel we do have to use this game to rotate a little bit, and I think actually looking at that team now, I think this is going to be one of the hardest first 11s we're going to pick for the entire season. Do you know why? I think that we're going to see so many players that were in and around the squad for that Astana game. I think we'll actually see them in and around the starting 11 for this one. And you also have to factor in players that haven't been available recently that might be coming back. So I think there are a few players that I'll just chuck at you.
Oh, mate,
as options.
if let's say, for example, a Mykhailo Mudryk is fit, then he will 1,000,000% be in that starting lineup, yeah? Benoit Badiashile,
I wouldn't
now, I don't think he'll be risked because there was an injury. And part of me kind of feels like maybe Enzo Maresca prefers Benoit Badiashile to Tosin Adarabioyo.
Yeah.
Even like the goal they scored, I don't want to blame it on Tosin, but the sliding tackle was mistimed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was poor. And
Against
also,
Brentford.
those transitional moments are the ones in which Tosin gets exposed the most. His sort of like initial pace, the acceleration side of it.
I think we could both agree that Achampong will definitely play this in this match, won't he?
100%.
Right?
He'll be starting.
Disasi will definitely play in this match.
Disasi will definitely be
Jorgensen will definitely play in this match.
Vega will definitely.
Vega will definitely play in this match. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall will definitely play in this match.
Yeah.
Kane Chukwuemeka will definitely play in this match.
The only one on Dewsbury-Hall is if Cassidy is available for this one, because he got sent off, didn't he, in the last game? But I think that was 2 yellows.
Okay.
He didn't get sent off in the start.
Match
He got sent off in the previous game. But I think
Did he get sent off, Cassidy?
Yeah, he did, and that's why he didn't feature in the last one.
I thought he had a match suspension for yellows.
No, he got basically the last minute. He got a red card. He got 2 yellows. Yeah. So I think Dewsbury-Hall might potentially be replaced by Cassidy. But
the reason I've got Cucurella in there, obviously, is because he's got a match suspension against Everton, and I just think that they might chuck him in there for 45 minutes because, obviously, you look at the Astana game and Pedro Neto was in there, who also had a match suspension. So
yeah, basically, what you're saying is win the game, coming at
win the
half-time
game in the first,
and then play
in the first half.
play the kids from there.
Yeah,
well, that's a decent strategy. I think we're going to see a few players, mate, that you or I don't know that much about because they're under 21s. I'm really excited to see the young
you
kids
suggested one of the centre-backs, didn't you?
Yeah. Basically, I looked at the bench against Astana and I was doing some research because there's 2 centre-backs on the bench for Astana and neither of them came on. But the guy that I was looking at was Caden Wilson.
Right.
He's this 19-year-old centre-back. Apparently, he's been really, really good for the under 21s. They love him. And so maybe this is an opportunity to give a really young centre-back. You don't often see that, do you? Like a really young... Do you remember Man United started their 19-year-old centre-back last season in a Premier League game, got absolutely battered, and then they...
No, I don't remember. Who was it?
Kambawala, I think his name was.
Oh, yeah.
He was a really
God,
young...
he didn't fare well. I do remember
well.
now, yeah.
No. But this is the kind of game, like, Shamrock Rovers is obviously going to be up for it. 19-year-old centre-back is a tough gig to come into. But they're going to have to mix it up, mate. I think
Unless
we'll
you
see
leave
a few
Colwell
ones.
out on loan at Brighton.
Yeah. That shows you what a generational talent he is.
Yeah.
The fact he's only 22 makes me... I can't believe that.
He's been a leader this season, hasn't he?
fucking love him.
Started every game.
I would say he's up there now, one of my favourite players at Chelsea.
Levi Colwell,
if not
100%.
the, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Captain material.
He should be captain now, I think, personally.
Mm.
Do you agree with that?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Who out of those players there are you most looking forward to seeing?
I want to see a lot more of Tyreek George because I do think there were moments in which, in that Brentford game, can you believe this, mate? We only made one sub in that game.
I can believe it. I
I
thought he was going to be very hesitant with his subs, and when I looked at that bench, I did only think Nkunku would be the one. The only one that I could make a case for would be Vega. I thought maybe that Vega would come on, but also when we look defensively, you know, at a lower level, Vega against Astana, he was good, but defensively he wasn't great.
Do you know what you've just reminded me of? Is that Cucurella also got the red card in that game. So we're going to need to nurse Vega into the match, aren't we?
And that's what... Oh, yeah, because
We're going to have to...
probably
I mean,
play
it's
left
whether
back.
he...
Unless Chile ends up getting the game. Imagine that against Everton. Ben Chilwell starts.
Chilwell comes in. Yeah, he's not registered for the Conference League, is he?
No.
So
Do you know
can you
what?
imagine if he comes
do you
in?
know? Do you know what I
Fuck.
would actually imagine will
I think
happen?
it'll be Badiashile on the left, do you think?
I would either say it will be Badiashile on the left, or I would say that possibly you might see Malo Gusto on the left against Everton.
Oh, God. Gusto on the left and Caicedo on the right.
Caicedo on the right. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I wouldn't do that against Everton.
But do you know what I've always said, and I know you don't like it, but I've always said I don't mind, and people are going to bash me for this, but I don't mind the Sassy at right back sometimes.
I don't want Gusto playing in the wrong position and Disasi playing in the wrong position in the same team. I would rather we just go Badiashile on the left, Colwell in the middle, Tosin on the right hand side, and then Gusto was as the inverted fullback. Why not just do that? Like that solves your problems, doesn't it? I'm talking about for Everton, by the way. Yeah.
Should we get a little score prediction for this match? Even no matter what, right? Even if we are a mile off with that starting lineup, and I think that look, if the likes of even just Mykhailo Mudryk on his own is fit and available for this match, I think it makes a big difference to the scoreline even. Yeah. But if we see something relatively similar to what we've seen on screen, that starting lineup, let's get a score prediction for the match from you.
4-1.
Really?
Yeah.
You think the kids are going to go and smash the Shamrocks?
They're the ones that have got to stand up and like show that they've got Premier League quality. And I think our kids, mate, like you look at Tyreek George, Raksaki looks unbelievable, by the way. I don't think he's got that much plaudits. He deserves a lot of plaudits for the way playing in DM, holding midfielder, looked really solid. Yeah. Arguably looked better at that role than Cesare Caste does.
Yeah.
To be fair to him. And that's no slight on Caste. It's just like he looks more suited for it. So
by the way, just while we're on the subject, you excited for Andre Santos next season?
Mate, I wish we could get him back now.
Really?
I honestly am.
He would be really useful at the moment.
I don't know why they sent him out. I know he's playing week in, week out. And by the way, he looks so good in Liga.
You'd have sent Cassidy out over Santos, wouldn't you?
I personally would have, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Cassidy's going to have a wonderful
But then when you
career.
go on last season, Cassidy looked decent on loan at Leicester. Yeah. I know he was recalled and whatnot, but he looked decent on loan at Leicester. And Andre Santos went to Nottingham Forest and didn't get a game.
Yeah, but they fucked. Poor Andre Santos, I feel sorry for him because he got fucked over by Forest at a level in which if he had played, he would be in the squad right now.
He's one of the highest performing players in top 5 league in Europe at the moment on some of the stats that I'm seeing.
Do you know what? When we talk about management of the squad, actually, when you think about it, central midfield is probably the area that we've mismanaged the worst. I think. Like you think bringing in Dewsbury Hall, who was never a DM, to play as a DM.
It's not even that. It's just that Dewsbury Hall, right? Do you know where Dewsbury Hall would have fitted? I'm not saying I would have had him over
in terms
anyone.
of a club.
No,
in terms of a role.
No. You see yesterday's game?
Yeah.
That's the sort of game that actually Dewsbury Hall would have fitted into because we played a little bit more yesterday, formation-wise, how we kind of played a little bit in pre-season, and Leicester played, with like the 2-10s almost, right, pushing up. And ironically, it was Cucurella that was one of them, wasn't it? Right,
Fucking
and
love that.
and that's what Kiernan Dewsbury Hall sort of thrived in doing last season, didn't he? So
Yeah.
a game like yesterday might have positionally suited him, but I'm not saying he would have been any better than the goal scorer Cucurella.
Mate, that header was unbelievable.
Love
that
it.
header was unbelievable.
What
So
a
yeah,
bounce.
I think now when they go into next season, I think they're going to realise that DM is a really strong position they need to strengthen, especially with the way that Enzo's attacking as well. By the way,
There you
the
go.
fact we need someone behind him. Lavia, you always worry about his fitness, regardless of if he plays it over and over again. So yeah, I think that Santos and potentially Hugo Chukwu as well, although he isn't even getting a game for Southampton, so that worries me. But yeah, it's not good, is it?
We'll see. Either way, I'm going to give my score prediction.
Please do.
I think it'll be a close one. I do think it will. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. Scrap it. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win in this one. I will get a match review out, but I don't know when. Hopefully just after the game. But our time in Saudi, it will be about 1 or 2 in the morning by the time the game finishes. So if I can fight the jet lag and stay up, I'll get a match review out straight away. If not, it will be of you lot the next morning. And we will be getting match previews and reviews out for the Everton game. So stick around. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and make sure you're subscribed to Joey and Josh, because that is linked in the comment section, or in the description, I should say, to this video. People, I will see you all in the next one.